I stood in the center of the arena, shirt torn, wrist chained, blood dry on a fresh cut across my brow. Above me, 1,000 alien voices roared. Not in anger, not in fear, but in bloodlust. The twin suns of Cavalon burned above. The sand beneath my feet was already stained with the remains of those who had stood here before me. And seated high above, behind a wall of golden glass, was Queen Syraxa, ruler of the Valkyrie Dominion, conqueror of 12 systems, cold-blooded, cruel-eyed, and breathtakingly beautiful. She watched me with no expression. Just an hour earlier, she'd sentenced me to this. "Let the human face our lions," she had said with a voice sharp as obsidian. "If he survives, then perhaps he's more than the frail cowards his kind appear to be." I had come as a peace envoy. That was my first mistake. Apparently, on Cavalon, peace was earned with blood. They'd stripped me of my weapons, mocked my size, my species, my soft face. When I refused and kneeled to the queen, she raised an eyebrow and flicked her hand. And that was it. I was thrown into the arena. No armor, no blade, no second chance. And now the gates were opening. A low growl echoed through the Colosseum. The Valkyrie, lions weren't lions at all. They were twice the size of a horse, built of muscle and bone spikes, with manes made of razor-sharp frills and eyes that glowed with heat. There were 2 of them, snarling, salivating. The crowd screamed for blood, and Syraxa leaned forward, resting her chin on her knuckles, curious, watching, waiting to see the human break. I didn't run. I didn't beg. Instead, I closed my eyes and breathed, because humans weren't the strongest or the fastest or the most evolved. But we adapted. We survived. We endured. The lion circled. One pounced. I rolled. Sand blinded me for a moment, but I came up running. The chains clinked behind me, but I used them, swung them low, hooked one around a protruding thong, and yanked. The beast roared, flailed, knocked me aside, but I scrambled up, bleeding now from my ribs. The second one came. This time, I ducked under and leapt onto its back, locking the chain around its neck. It bucked, snarled, tried to throw me off, but I held on. The crowd had gone silent. Queen Syraxa rose to her feet, slowly. The first lion lunged again, but instead of attacking me, it struck its own packmate, trying to dislodge me. The 2 beasts turned on each other in confusion, snarls erupting into a full clash. That was when I ran to the nearest wall, used a broken spear embedded in the sand to launch myself onto a ledge, and pulled free a cracked shield left from some dead warrior. One lion fell. The other turned to me, bloody but enraged. I faced it, one arm hanging uselessly at my side, chest heaving. The chain was wrapped tight around my other hand. Like a whip, the lion charged, and I ran toward it. The audience gasped. I dove under its claw, jammed the shield into its mouth, then used the chain like a garrote, tightening it behind its head. The beast thrashed and fell, collapsing in a cloud of dust and blood. For 10 long seconds, there was only silence. Then the arena shook. Cheers. Roars. Disbelief. The human had survived. High above, Queen Syraxa stood frozen. Her guards watched her. The nobles whispered. She stepped forward to the edge of the royal box and raised one hand. The arena went still again. "Human," she called out, her voice calm but sharp as ever. "You did not beg." I spat blood to the sand and looked up at her. "No, you did not flee. No, you killed 2 royal arena beasts. Without weapons, without armor, still breathing." I said. The queen's eyes narrowed. "Why?" I shrugged. "Because you thought I wouldn't." She descended from the box, her cloak dragging behind her like flowing flame. Every step echoed as the crowd parted in silence. She entered the arena unarmed. I tensed. She stopped just a few feet from me. Her gaze swept over the blood, the bruises, the broken chain still clutched in my hand. You have embarrassed nobles, warriors, and tradition, she said quietly. You have shattered a challenge none have bested in 10 years. I wasn't trying to embarrass anyone, I said, just trying to stay alive. She studied me, long and deep. Then she said something no one expected. Neo! The crowd murmured. I stood taller. No. Gasps rippled through the stands. But Syraxa smiled. You are either the boldest fool in the system, she said, or something far rarer. I didn't reply. She turned the crowd and raised her hand. This human has proven himself not only a survivor, but a warrior, not of our blood, but worthy of respect. Her eyes slid back to me. You will not die today. Instead, you will dine in the palace as my guest. I was escorted out not as a prisoner, but as a guest of the crown. Healers treated my wounds. I was given clean clothes, food, even a private chamber. But what haunted me wasn't the arena. It was a look in Syraxa's eyes. She hadn't just been testing me. She had been searching. And now that she had found what she was looking for, I wasn't sure what came next. That night, she summoned me. The palace hall was quiet, empty but for her and me. You could have died, she said. I know. You chose not to. I nodded. You gave me no choice. You could have begged. I don't beg. She stepped closer. I threw you to the lions, she whispered. And you didn't just survive. You claimed the arena. I said nothing. Then she smiled again. A real smile. I've ruled 100 years, she said. I've seen champions rise and fall, but none ever looked death in the face and made it blink. She reached out and touched the scar on my brow, her fingers cool. Perhaps it is time I stopped looking for warriors among my people. And in her voice, in her touch, in her eyes, I saw it, the beginning of something I never expected.